and welcome to the Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast. We are three cousins looking to break generational curses by sharing our mental health and healing journeys. Join me, Candy,
Lisa.
and
Renee.
as we talk about the things we're not supposed to talk
about.
about. Hi, guys, and
Hello.
welcome to episode 23. Dang, they're flying by.
Wait,
Damn.
really?
23.
Yeah.
Is it 23? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This one.
I'm like, yeah, because we just finished editing 21. Yeah. For those of you that are listening and not watching, we have a guest today. We have our cousin Frank today. He was on our previous episode, so go back and listen to that one if you haven't listened to it yet.
There's no tears in this one.
Hey, never know.
And Renee's back for this episode too, guys.
Hello, everyone.
All right, so Renee, let's get into our challenges with you first, because you missed the last one.
So my challenge is actually happening present time.
Oh, okay.
Friend came to visit. He's a little inebriated, and something happened. I'm not gonna say what, but I gotta figure out the situation and also take into account like mental health, his mental health, our mental health. So just gonna try to figure out what to do with that when the show's over, and remaining calm, like when it happened.
Yeah.
Like, oh shoot. But handling it in the best way possible. So that's my challenge.
You have a challenge. Just so you know. That's,
That's a real challenge.
I saw that.
Like, you guys want to watch?
We'll go live from the podcast studio. Live from the podcast studio. We're going live for Renee's challenge, guys. Oh my God, imagine we're all sign up for our Patreon for the backstory on it. Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
I'll let you guys know how it goes in the next one.
Okay. Looking forward to it. So I don't think we're gonna do challenges again because we just finished the previous. We recorded back to back, guys.
Yeah.
So sorry if you're disappointed.
I'll tell you my challenge though.
Okay.
Nothing.
I don't know.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
maybe have me on in a few months. Maybe.
He's gonna be like, guys, I have a challenge. Phone me in.
We got live
challenge. Breaking news.
I got my sign.
So today we're talking about health and fitness, and for those of you that are watching, you can see Frank is very fit.
Very much,
Thank you.
Wait, why?
Oh, look at me.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Frank is very fit, guys. So let's talk about Frank has an Instagram and it's G's Fitness. We'll actually post it up as well and tag him so you guys can see. But he started going into a fitness journey. How did you start in that?
Okay. First of all, we didn't talk about who I am.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Introduce him.
Sorry. Okay,
I'm
so
the
Frank.
cousin.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. I'm the cousin
Uh-huh.
of everybody here.
Mhm.
I'm probably like the second tier of oldest cousins, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because there's Olivia.
Oh, yeah. You're in
uh,
that group.
I'm in the bottom.
You're in
I'm
the second
right,
group.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's who I am.
Yes.
Okay.
Married, kids. If you've seen the previous episode, you
Yeah.
know what's going on.
See,
with
that's what I
You know
banked on, that everybody
exactly what's
watched
going
the
on with
first
you.
that. Yeah, go ahead and
episode.
watch that. Go
This
ahead
is
and
a part 2. Sorry, my bad.
So the way my lifestyle changed, probably it's been about 4 years. I would always work out, I've always worked out with the kids, I've always had them working out, but I was always thinking that I can work out and still, look fit, or feel good. Because, I would eat whatever I wanted, I would drive through all the time. I mean, growing up with the kids, they played sports, so we didn't really have time to be cooking all the time. So
Yeah.
obviously, there's
Smoothies.
there's a McDonald's right next door. Like
Yeah.
let's just get food.
Yeah.
So eventually, shit started happening to me. So I started to feel like I would get like heart palpitations. Like.
Oh my gosh.
I'd get like bad headaches, nosebleeds, I've
Oh,
always
wow.
had stomach issues, and I'd be like, damn, this shit ain't right,
That's like a
Yeah.
Von thing. The stomach
Yeah.
issues.
Oh man, it was
what?
horrible,
God.
horrible.
You guys
I have
too?
something to say about that, but go ahead.
So eventually I was like, something needs to fucking happen,
Yeah.
Like I went to the doctor, ran a bunch of tests. Doctor's like, he's like, dude, you're pre-diabetic, your cholesterol's through the roof,
Oh shit.
your blood pressure's ridiculous, like you just can't keep
Yeah.
going like this. And I'm like, shit, I want to, I don't want to fucking die, like, so, like, started going online, started doing some research. I'm like, I got to do something, Found something called macros, like, which is, basically like, calories have macros, so, a lot of people, they do calculations to get your actual numbers that you should be doing, eating, and some random day I just like, I'm gonna try it, and I was like, I need a food scale, and I was like, what the fuck, I need a food scale.
Shit.
Randomly we had one, it worked,
Oh, shit.
and I was like, let me try this. Did all that, put it on there, measured my food. Kids are like, what the fuck are you doing?
Is that
Rebecca's
for the
like,
cat?
yeah. Rebecca's like, what are you doing? Like, everybody's just like, what are you doing? So, I did it a couple days, and, eventually, Rebecca's my wife, by the way. She was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough, like, let's go eat, like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm gonna do this, and literally a couple months went by. I was like, holy shit, like, I feel different. Like, this is crazy. Like,
Dang.
3 months passed, and I'm like, I start seeing changes in my body. I'm like, oh, fuck. I
Damn.
start seeing little abs here and there. Like, damn, this
Nice.
shit is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Then 6 months, a year, I'm like, totally changed my life.
Yeah.
Like, didn't drink, stopped drinking, even though I wasn't a big drinker, but like, I literally just stopped drinking completely,
Just cold turkey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because I wasn't a big drinker
Yeah.
anyway, so it was easy for me to just not drink. So once that happened, like symptoms started going away. Went to the doctor. A year later, doctor's like,
crazy.
"What the fuck? Like, no more pre-diabetic. Like, all my levels were good. My glucose, everything was like normal. Like, he's like, damn, right? He's like, he's like, damn, what did you do? Like, like, well, I told him, what I was doing and
Yeah.
stuff, and he was like, shit, you keep it up. He's like, you look better than me. I'm like, well, yeah, he was a
Yeah.
roly-poly doctor. Of course,
He's like, it worked? He's like, what we say worked?
Uh-huh,
Well,
yeah.
Because
actually,
nobody
what-
does it.
No, but the thing is, like, like, doctors, they really don't preach that,
Yeah.
They preach, exercise and, eat right, but they don't tell you exactly what you should be eating,
Yeah,
and
that's
how
true.
much you should be eating,
Yeah.
because like, yeah, you can eat healthy, you can eat whole foods, and if you're trying to lose weight, it's not all about just eating healthy, like you got to know how much you're putting in your body,
Yeah.
because like basically we have a certain amount of calories that we're supposed to eat every day to maintain our weight, right? So that calorie is those calories are what we eat to maintain. So if we eat over that amount of calories, we gain weight.
Yeah.
Doing that over amount of time, there goes the weight, gaining.
Thanks.
So that and then eating below that is how you lose weight. I mean, it's really that simple.
Yeah.
It really is. And people, I know it's hard for people to even realize that. When I try to tell people, when I try to like explain it to them, they're always like, oh, that just seems too hard. I'm not gonna get a scale. I'm not gonna do all that. Well, then good luck.
So you're not gonna
Yeah.
change. Nothing's gonna
Yeah.
change then.
Nothing's gonna
Yeah.
change. Nothing's gonna change. And it's not all about just eating right too. You got to work out. Like if you want to see real changes in your body. So yeah. So that pretty much how I came to where I'm at, and a year passed, and I'm like somebody randomly hit me up and was like, "Hey, can you help me out? And can you show me how to do what you did? Like, this is fucking crazy, you know?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not, you know?" And sure enough, I got him going, you know, started doing more research so I can know more, you know? And all of a sudden, this motherfucker turned into a beast too. And I'm like, holy shit.
Damn.
Right?
Why are we doing this?
Crazy. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? And like totally changed his life, you know? Like, and then that shit just started happening, you know? Like probably like one of my biggest accomplishments for, you know, my training, coaching is a friend, you know? Like he literally was like, he came to me once, you know? And he was like, hey, can you help me out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this dude's not serious. He drinks fucking chelas every day, you know, like.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Probably.
Yeah.
Drink, you know, like just, I'm talking like really obese. Like he was like 350, 40, 50 something pounds, right? And he came to me the first time. And then I was like, yeah, I'll help you out, you know, yeah, of course. Then nowhere to be found, you know, like never returned my call, blah, blah, blah. You know, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not going to help you out, you know. You're not serious about this, you know. So, hit me up. Well, he was debating on hitting me up. And he's like, yeah, I was debating. Like, fuck, I can't do this to Frank, you know, like, fuck. He hit me up, and I was like, damn, do I really want to get into this, you know? And this was actually Rebecca's friend from way back, but we became really good friends. So I told Rebecca, what do you think? Like, should I help him? Like, she's like, yeah, help him out. And I was like, all right. I go, let's do this, you know? Come to my house. We'll get you started, blah, blah, blah. Get it going. Sure enough, came, weighed him in. He was like 355. Yeah, 355. And let's just say he is at 220 right now.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. That's a whole person.
That's a whole
my
fucking
gosh.
person.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, totally changed his life.
Oh, wow.
Stopped drinking.
Wow.
You know, got his nutrition right. Like just totally changed his life, you know? Like
Yeah.
wakes up feeling good, you know? Like, and that's the whole thing about this, you know? Like I wake up every day and I'm never like groggy. I'm never like, ugh. Like, you know, because think about this shit.
Yeah.
Think about that shit that we're eating, you know? Like the night before, that shit that you got through the drive-thru, you know? You're like, it tastes good, right? You're like, fuck, this shit tastes so good. But then you wake up and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like,
You know,
why did I
like-
do that?
Heartburn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? I mean, and I don't feel that. Ever.
Damn.
And I haven't been sick, like a cold or a flu, in over 4 years.
You didn't get
Oh,
COVID?
wow.
I didn't get COVID.
Whoa.
He did not get COVID at the Usher concert that I did. 'Cause we were together.
We
were together.
I mentioned that in one of the podcasts. And
Yes.
I was like, that was what.
We went to the Usher concert together, and I was the one that ended with COVID, not him.
Because Usher gave you COVID.
Usher gave me COVID.
Oh, he was that close, huh?
Yeah. In my head, yes, he was.
But yeah. So I haven't been sick.
Wow, that's interesting.
You're the golden child. Golden grandchild. I'm sorry.
You know, but
Go
what's
back,
crazy is that like, I want everybody to feel this way.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
I get it.
We get that. That's how we feel about this
want
podcast.
Mentality.
I
The mental
want
health
everybody to
stuff.
feel this. You know,
Mhm.
this feeling that I get every day. Like,
That is so
Awesome.
cool.
and like when I'm at work, because I do have a 9 to 5, you know, but I do coaching on the side. It's not something that I do full time. So, but like when I'm at work and it's like 3 o'clock and I'm like ready to go home and I'm like, all I could think about is going in my gym, because I have a home gym, and just grinding in the gym
Oh.
and just knowing how I feel. You
Grinding
know?
into the darkness.
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Ah.
That's my slogan. Yeah, grinding into the darkness, because that's what I do. You know, I put on my music, put on my headphones.
Yeah.
You know, I just go at it. You know, for a good hour, I'm in there
Yeah.
screaming. You know,
That's so
Nice.
cool.
and Rebecca could attest to me
Yeah.
screaming. Sometimes you come in there.
Yeah.
Are you okay? I'm like, I'm good. Chill.
So you're old now.
I'm on his own.
That's cool.
So yeah. So
So what do you do exactly? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Coaching
mean to cut you
wise.
No,
Yeah.
I have a coaching app on my Instagram, you know, and I do this part time. So basically, I take a couple clients at a time. I don't, because I want to give my most attention to these two people because I want to make sure that they get, you know,
off. Yeah.
fully invested, you know. So
Yeah.
right now I have a couple guys, and they're doing good, you know. I think one's like maybe 30 pounds, lost like 30 pounds. He's looking good. He's posting pictures. And
Oh,
I
that
posted
is so
pictures in
cool.
a suit, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn. I'm like, I even posted. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, hey, I
That
need a
is
before and
so
after pic because
cool.
you look good.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
cool.
and I already know that type of person.
Mhm.
Because at first I was kind of iffy about it. You know, I was like, I always get iffy. You know,
Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
this shit is not easy.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody fucking would be
Yeah.
in shape.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's dedication.
It's not. It's and to maintain it, it's just it's hard. You know, but that's just the lifestyle. You know.
Yeah.
So like, I was a little iffy about him, but I was like, he started, you know, he was asking me tons of questions, and I was like, I got you, blah blah, let's do it, boom boom. And now I'm like, holy shit, he's the type of person that would probably, he's gonna be like, he's
Yeah.
gonna just get to where he wants to be,
Yeah.
you know, his goal, hit the goal weight, you know,
Yeah.
because I could already see it, you know, and he
Yeah.
has the help of his wife and stuff, and,
Yeah.
you know, when
and
you
after
have
you
that,
have that, it's like easy to follow. When you're like mature and you're ready to do it, like you're gonna invest that time. You're gonna,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and so yeah, so that's what I do, and then basically I'll set up like a Zoom meeting with them, you know, because most of the time it's online, you know,
Oh, yeah,
so I do
yeah.
online. It's online, so
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
That's
anybody,
so
like anybody
cool.
so I can get anybody, yeah,
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
yeah,
He definitely
yeah. A
got
lot of
it.
these guys I haven't even met, so
Oh,
I
That's
mean just
crazy.
online, you know.
Oh yeah, my best friend does that, Michelle.
Oh yeah.
She looks for coaches, and then she gets coached, and it's like it's crazy how her body can transform, and just by the way she's eating, and by the way, you know, she sends her pictures and she gets her measurements, and it's so cool.
That's so
dang,
interesting.
that is so
Yeah.
cool.
I didn't know it was this like advanced. I had no
Yeah.
idea. That's why I was like, why are these
Yeah.
people tagging him in these things? And now I get it. It's because you're coaching them, and that's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, entrepreneur over here.
Yeah, well, to be honest,
know.
I in the beginning I wasn't charging anybody. I was just doing this from friends, you know, and like just I did have one random one time hit me up, and he was a coach. He's a coach, and I didn't know him personally, but he knew the person that I knew, his friend. It was his friend. It's kind of confusing. Sorry.
An acquaintance. He was an acquaintance.
Yeah. He hit me up, and I remember when he first hit me up, he was like, I explained it to him, and he was like, oh, okay, I think I could do this. He's like, but I don't know if I want to give up the drinking, you know? And I'm like, okay, you know, I mean, I go, all I can do is tell you, I'm going to give you the blueprint, you know? And I wasn't charging him. So I was like, I'll give you the blueprint. You do what you got to do. You think you can do this with drinking? By all means. I already knew shit wasn't going to work. You
Yeah.
know? But, you know, whatever. So so I helped him out, and same thing. He started seeing changes, and he would hit me up, you know? I gave him a number. We were texting, and he was like, holy shit, this is cool, you know? I'm noticing. He's like, I kind of eased back on the drinking, right? I was like, oh, that's
okay.
good job, you know? I kept pumping him up, you know, you
Yeah.
got this. This dude is, when I say, like, this guy right here is probably the best client, not
Yeah.
even a client, because now he's just a
Like your
friend.
success story.
Yes, like he looks
Ah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Like he is shredded. He's this like ripped, and now
Uh-huh.
he's a machine. Like literally, he's
Dang.
we still
This is
talk.
motivating.
Yeah.
now and literally he don't drink at all. He's like, oh, I don't drink at all
Wow.
no more. Like he just
Yeah.
completely gave it up because he's like, why?
Yeah.
Why am I drinking? You know, like I'm not do. The drinking is not helping what I'm trying to do. You know, and
I
that's
can
what.
attest to that.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it sucks, but like that, it's hard. It's hard for guys, especially to like literally just to not drink because the environment they're around. You know, like how can they go to a party and you know their friends or homies are drinking, but I'm not gonna drink. Oh, okay.
The machismo.
You know, like
thing.
Yeah.
I think I talked about in the
Yeah.
previous episode about
The
that.
Yeah.
machismo and the
For
drinking.
the Latino men, it's like for us, it's
Yeah.
like you're not drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, there's a little video that I saw. It fucking cracked me up. So there's this black guy, and he's like on this podcast, or no, he's on a talk show. And I think he's a comedian. I forgot his name. Anyways, he was telling people, he's like, yeah, yeah, I don't drink, you know. And then so he was like at a party, and they're like, what do you mean you don't drink? He's like, yeah, I don't drink. They're like, why? Did you like get in a car accident?
What's wrong with you?
Did you lose your kids?
Uh-huh.
Like, did you kill somebody?
Kids.
It was like, what the fuck? Like, we want to know why you don't drink poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what the
Literally.
fuck, right?
Literally,
And then he was like, but if I was to say, oh, I don't drink water, they'll be like, oh, okay. Like, what the,
Exactly.
What
Oh
the
my
fuck
god,
is that?
that's so
Yeah.
true.
right? And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and I know like that's why like I had a guy actually a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy.
I didn't really help him too much, but he kind of he's a friend also, and I just gave him a couple little tips and stuff, and he was grinding for like a year. Like he looked really good. Like he's an older guy, and I was like shit. And I saw him at a party a couple weeks ago, and he was drink pounding. And he saw me, and he was like fuck. And he's like hey man. He's like, so what's up, Frank? Like he's like, yeah man, I fell off. Like I'm like, oh, hop back on, like,
Yeah.
that's what you could do. He's like, yeah. He's like, Thanksgiving came and we're at family's party, and everybody's drinking, and I just, I kind of fell off, and I'm like, and for somebody like that, like I already know, like that's hard, like how are you gonna go into these parties and be like, oh, let me get a water, because that's what when we're at a party, like give me a water, like
Yeah.
it's hard for them,
Yeah.
But what's your priority, like
Yeah.
like this dude has a little baby girl, like come on, like like
Yeah.
if anything, I told him you should be doing it for her, you
Yeah.
know? Like fuck these other people, like fuck what they think, like
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end
So-
of the day, you got to take care of yourself, and that's
Yeah.
not taking care of yourself. And what people think is not, that shouldn't be. What I always think that when people say, "What you think of me is none of my concern,"
Yeah.
so it's
none
like,
of my business.
yeah, it's none of my
it's
business,
not.
and it's like, why? They're gonna get over it the next time, and
Yeah.
for what? But good for you.
yeah, so
I was gonna say, is there a characteristic you see in people that succeed, or is it just
yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of it is somebody that's real competitive. You know what I mean? Like I could see that. Like somebody that's like oh, I could do shit. I could do this. That, and just if somebody can give up alcohol, like that's big.
That's a big one.
Like if somebody's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, and they're not gonna drink. Like that person, I already know.
Yeah,
They're gonna look totally different. You know what I mean? It's because the alcohol is like the main like the main shit that's fucking up these guys. You know what I mean? Like that, and of course all the processed foods that we eat. But you combine all that, and
But yeah.
you feel like shit, look like shit. I mean, just 100. That's just what happens. So
the opposite end of that? When people fail, obviously, right? Like, what is
Oh,
their characteristic that you see in them, if there is one, or is it just also
I think it goes back to their environment. You know what I mean? And I think it always goes back. There's this quote. I think it's like we're not a product of our environment. We're a product of our choices. Like that. Like
It's true.
that's 100.
Yeah.
Like come on. Like
Yeah.
this is a fucking choice.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like you should want to do this for yourself, like, and it's all about just being healthy mentally and physically. You know what I mean? Like, especially for like a dad like me, like I want my kids to be like, fuck, there's my dad right there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want them to be like, oh, look at, there's my dad. He's fucking drunk again.
Yes.
Like falling, fucking
Yeah.
doing stupid shit,
Yep.
fighting. You know what I mean? Like. No,
Absolutely no.
Yeah.
But like I never wanted that for them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think that had a lot to do with it too. Because like I wanted to be the best version of myself
Yeah.
for them
Yeah.
and my wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that like, and just having that mentality of, for me, like my characteristic that I feel like that changed me was I just developed that non-negotiable mindset. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I'm like, no, like there's a slice of pizza for you. Like
Just one.
I'm good. No, I wouldn't even do just one.
Yeah, that's
you know
what I mean.
mean?
Like you're
Yeah.
like, nope,
I'm like,
not even one.
no.
Because a lot of us fall into that trap. Like, just one slice, just one drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just.
And to be honest, like I'm at a point that in the beginning of my journey, like that's how I was. Like I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not doing it. I'm not eating that. No. Now I'm at a point where my fitness where I can if I wanted to. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. You bring a slice of Chico's. Okay,
I was gonna ask that.
That's our holy grail of pizza over here, okay?
when Leah fucking goes and gets Chico's because that's her favorite place, I will have the smallest slice on that fucking.
Just to taste it.
Oh.
Yeah. And a
That
concha.
sounds so good.
That's
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
That's
I'm
a non-negotiable.
that's non-negotiable. Yeah, that's getting eaten no matter what.
Okay.
Oh.
But you know, I can't. But I'm at a point where I can eat like that
Yeah.
because I know what I'm eating. You know what I mean? Like I know when I go to a restaurant what I need to order. You know what I mean? Like there's no places where I'm like, oh, I can't eat that. Well, I mean, obviously there is places. You know,
Yeah.
but we always try to find places that I can go where I can eat. If there's some type of fish, a steak,
Yeah.
chicken, you know. I'm not going to a pizza party and we're fucking just eating tons of pizza. That's just, I don't do that, you know. So
Yeah.
How do you manage that at like family parties, family gatherings, and stuff like that?
well, I mean, it depends. I mean, depends on actually what they're eating, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
if there's a taquero there,
Yeah.
I might have I'll tell them put extra chicken on there, you know.
Okay.
You know, so but like at the same time again, I'm not measuring my food. Right now I'm not measuring my food because I'm at a maintenance calories, which I can pretty much eat what I want,
Okay.
but I don't eat shit food, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I always eat the same shit every day, you know? Like
Yeah.
I literally, I'm not joking, like Rebecca can attest to this. I've probably been eating the same shit every day, probably for the last, I don't know, maybe 3 years.
I don't know. You had a steak
Yeah.
last
Are
night.
you
I
serious?
saw
I
that
ate steak.
picture.
No, I ate steak.
That
I'm
looks
talking
so good.
No,
It's like
I
about
know.
during
Oh,
the
like at
week.
home.
I'm talking
Yeah.
like Monday through Friday,
Oh.
you know, like
Yeah.
Monday through Friday. Weekends, I'll still eat the same shit. They'll be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, we're gonna get this. We're in BJ's. You want anything from there?" Like, "No, I'm good. I'll make my food." You know, but like
Oh, okay.
most of the time. But if we go out, obviously, I'm not taking my food. You know,
You're like,
I
can you,
don't-
can
I
you
don't
heat this
need to.
up?
yeah.
I saw
I don't
your
need
steak.
to.
I saw your steak last night. I was
I'm gonna make
"Fuck, that
drastic."
was good." Like at least we can eat steak still.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's-
Yeah, my sister Dee does the same thing. Like she makes her lunch for the week and she eats the same thing the whole week. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, how can you do like I need something different. Like I'm not I can eat leftovers over and over again. Like I'm maybe one and I'm done.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't know, it's what I like. I like the way it is, so I'm gonna eat it. And she'll sit there and do it. Like
Yeah.
and take the time to do it and
And-
even
So dope.
yeah.
And how does
Love
she look?
that.
She looks great.
Exactly.
Yeah, my
exactly.
sister. Yeah,
I saw
I'm-
her picture. She
Yeah.
looks
I'm
good.
so
She
proud
looks
of her. Like she
amazing.
took care of her mental and her physical, and
Uh-huh.
she's
Yeah, she
so
did.
good now. Like
Yeah.
very proud of her. And I know that she definitely has mentioned, that she looks at your stuff and is like, yeah, he has dedication, and so
Even her fitness, like she gets up at
She works out? No,
4:30
that's
in
what
the
I saw,
morning,
yeah.
and she like
I saw
is
that when she
on
posted
it.
that.
I love
Yeah.
that shit.
That's crazy. I mean, that's what has to be done. You
yeah,
know, like.
it's just the
It's
mindset.
work.
Yeah. Nobody's eating whatever they want and going to the gym and looking good.
No.
I'm gonna tell you right now. No.
No.
You'll
it's
end
not
up looking
happening.
like this.
Yep. We are
I
an
work
example.
out whatever you
Yeah.
whatever the fuck I
Yeah.
want, and I just change that
And
up.
that's what-
Renee, G_fitness. Hit my application. I'll get you right. I'm just kidding.
He'll give you a family
Yeah.
discount.
Yeah. Yeah. Promo
This is
code.
what working out and eating whatever you want gives you. Right here, ladies.
He still eats like a bird, okay? Don't forget that. Oh my gosh. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Question. Why don't you do full time? If you don't mind me asking.
Ooh, that is a good question. Because I honestly like. I see a lot of like guys out there that are coaching online, and they're making a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Like, they're making six figures.
Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, it's
Mm.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah, they are. And why I don't? That's a hard question because
Yeah.
I think I can, but I would have to go all in, obviously, and that would require a lot of um, a lot of
That's
time,
scary.
Mm.
a lot of
Yeah.
time, and it is scary. It's a risk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I always listen to these motivated guys, these guys
No.
that pump you up, and they're
Uh-huh.
like, you gotta take that risk,
Yeah.
you gotta
Mhm.
do it. Like, what are you doing? Like, and I'm like, fuck, they're talking to me.
Yeah,
It's
because
so
even you saying
hard.
with friends and stuff like that, with small businesses, it's important for family and friends to pay for shit. Like you can't get shit for free all the time. Like how do they expect you to make it if they don't pay for it? So that's why you're saying
Yeah.
you're just helping a friend out. Yeah, but you're also giving them your time and your dedication, like time taken away from your free time with your family or with this and that. Why not, charge them for it,
Well,
or why not?
I don't do that no more.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Good. Because I'm
And
like,
that's
no,
fair-
you
no,
did
no,
this hard work.
No,
like,
that's fairly recent
Yeah,
because
okay.
literally Isaac, my son, he
Mhm.
came up to me and he was like, we were working out, and he's like, Dad,
Mhm.
he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mhm.
He's like, you have the fucking mindset of a millionaire.
Mhm.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's like, no, like literally all these guys that are doing this shit, you're that fucking guy,
Yeah.
like, and I'm
Mhm.
like, fuck. Like, so that actually started me to like be like, okay, let me start this, because
Yeah.
I fairly recently started charging,
Mhm.
like actually setting up a plan for
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
So and like I said, I have a few clients, and
Mhm.
and it's just hard because right now I do have a really good job,
Mhm.
and it is
I
stable,
understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
and tons of benefits,
Mhm.
and
Don't be
It's-
scared.
No, but it's that stability that
Yeah.
you want to
It's-
be
yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
oh my gosh, like,
Yeah. I get
and,
it.
and that's why
It's
I was like,
hard,
let me try this
yeah.
part time,
Mhm.
and let's see how this goes,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna be taking a couple more clients pretty soon because I do it,
Yeah.
two at a time, and
Mhm.
so I'm gonna see how it goes. But
Yeah.
That's
But
exciting.
yeah,
But
it
then
is-
again, it's like you gotta do what you love to do all the time.
yes,
You know, like you have
Mhm.
that. It's like your
yes.
hobby is it's your passion.
I love
it's
it.
what you.
Mhm.
And to be
Oh,
honest,
that's so cool.
like when these guys like send me pictures, because I have them check in with me and
Mhm.
send me pictures, send me their
Yeah.
scale, their everything.
Mhm.
And when they send me pictures and they're like posting on their page and posting themselves of
Yeah.
before and afters,
Yeah.
that's like the craziest feeling for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
That's
Yeah.
your high. Yeah.
And these guys are like,
Uh-huh.
and these guys are straight out telling me, like, to my like page texting me, like, dude, you changed my life. Like, if I didn't
Oh my
find you,
gosh,
like,
Frank, that is so
if I didn't find you, like, I don't know
cool.
where my life would be.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Oh.
kidding. Like,
Damn.
like Rebecca gets tired of it. She's like, I don't want to hear that. She's like, yeah, I already know. Yeah, you changed his life. But that feeling of,
Yeah.
I just love it because I
Uh-huh.
know what they're feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know what they're feeling when they're waking up and they have all this energy and they
Mhm.
feel like they can accomplish anything.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at now. Like, I feel I
Yeah.
can do anything.
That's so cool.
Like, I'm actually-
Yeah.
Then
I-
bet on yourself, sir.
I know,
I'm
I
like
know.
pushing you.
Yeah.
I'm like, do it.
I'm
Yeah.
actually have something else lined up.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
say it on the podcast, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys about it.
Yeah.
after.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty big too. So
That's cool.
Oh,
That's
dang.
exciting.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But you know,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But anyways, but
Yeah,
yeah, these
that's so
guys,
cool.
guys get this mentality of
Mhm.
I can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
Like these guys are getting promoted at work. You know, like
That's cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Wow.
getting raises, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
man, like one guy, the machine. That's what I call him. He's man. He said he went out of town and saw a bunch of old high school friends, and he said that he's like, it was crazy, Frank. He's like, they were like, man, you look so good. Like, he's like, yeah. He told them, about me, and he's like, dude, he's like that guy like got you right. Like, he's like, he said one guy told him basically like, I feel something big coming for you. Like he's like,
Yeah.
something's gonna happen. Like, and he was talking about it. He was
Yeah.
telling me like, yeah, Frank, I feel like I'm gonna
Mhm.
jump into something big right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck it, let's go, let's do
Yeah.
this. You know, like,
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah,
Dang, that's so cool.
Aw.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy
it's my passion. I
for you.
love it.
Yeah,
I love
it.
you can see it and feel
Yeah.
it. Like it's so cool to see.
Yeah,
It's so cool to see.
yeah.
Oh,
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Good job.
When it comes to like the like your each plan, is it different plan or is it like a blueprint of a?
well, it starts off as a blueprint
Uh-huh.
because I have to see. See, I give these people these macros numbers, right? And obviously not all their numbers are the same, you know. So we have to do a trial and error, you know. So I'll give them like 2 weeks. I'll be like, okay, run with these macros, you know, don't cheat, stick with the fucking macros, and then let's see how much weight we lose. So I typically want them to lose like 1 or 2 pounds a week.
Oh, okay.
I want them to lose the least amount of weight as possible because a lot of people, you know, they that don't track will do tons of cardio, maybe hit some weights, and they'll be like, damn, I lost a lot of weight. I say, yeah, but you lost a lot of fucking muscle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna ask you about
Yeah.
that too, like the cardio and lifting weights.
Yeah, you know, because cardio I always use as a tool. It's only a tool, you know. Yeah, it's good for your cardiovascular, of course. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to do tons of cardio and not hit the weights because you're just losing muscle. You know what I mean? And yeah, you lost a lot of weight because you lost muscle. So that's why I try to have them lose the least amount of weight because they maintain that muscle that they're.
Gotcha.
So they're burning fat but maintaining muscle. And that's what the high protein amount that I give them, it does that. You know, it keeps the muscle. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us, if
Don't
you
give out too much.
You gotta pay for
Now
that.
I'm getting all these like ding, 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 ding in my head right
How
now.
much you get paid for this stuff?
Yeah.
but yeah, so
Yeah.
so yeah, what was that question? You were basically
What did I ask?
So not to give out too much.
no.
No, there was a
Oh.
question at the beginning of that.
I forgot.
Oh.
Anyways, moving on.
I was gonna ask about like the cardio weights and heavy weights and light weights.
Oh, yeah.
The comparison, like
Yeah, so like before, like I used to you always want to live heavy, you know. Like I would always be in the gym, like let's max this
the
out,
manly
you know.
thing to do.
Yeah, but to be honest, I was just basically causing injury. You know what I mean? Like I was getting shoulder injuries. I mean, that's like everybody though. Like you know, so like what my workout plan is stick to a weight where you can control. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to be out there just like you know, barely. You gotta have the right form and that's why you just want to have a good amount of weight. But you still want to add weight, you know what I mean? You still want to build the weight. You still want to get a little stronger, but there's no reason to lift super heavy, especially for men. There's no reason to be like, oh, I bench 225, you know? Like, okay, but how many reps did you do?
Yeah.
Was it controlled? You know what I mean? Like,
I just told him, I was like, yeah, I finally binged my own weight. Like, that was a big accomplishment for me. And I guess he was just like, eh. No, not the
He's
weight
like, "That's
amount,
cool."
but just like, oh, you're lifting
Yeah.
heavier than before. And
Yeah.
that's why I was like, wait, is that good or not?
no, it's good, but again, you don't want to ego lift. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
That was
know?
an ego. That's definitely an ego lift for me because I've never done that. I finally hit my own weight.
Yeah.
What's an ego
Yeah.
lift? I don't know.
Well, like somebody that, let's say a bunch of guys are working out, like, and one guy does like 400 pounds, you know, on the bench. Let's just say on the bench, right? And then another guy's like, that's not as strong. He's like, I could fucking do this too, you know. And gets under there and fucking
Bam.
tears his pec.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
Yeah.
Like that's an ego lift.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If you know like it's way too fucking much weight, don't do it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're just gonna hurt yourself. You know. And the whole point is to just whole point of working out is to maintain and gain as much muscle as we can. You know, especially as we get older, because
Yeah.
the older we get, we start to deteriorate. You know what I mean? Especially for men. You know,
Yeah.
like my dad, I told him, Dad, I said, Dad, I know you're always running, you're playing all these sports, but like, it's not about that, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, your
You're
dad
gonna-
into sports.
yeah, I mean, he's fucking old. He's still,
Yeah.
he's still playing out.
He's still
Yeah, still wanting to fight everybody. You know what I mean? Like, like, Dad, settle down, man. Like, you get your ass beat. You know
Your
what I
dad
mean?
almost got us in so many fights.
Oh
We were
my
playing
God.
sports.
Oh my
So
God, I know.
funny.
So funny.
Literally.
Uh-huh.
So I
Oh,
told
shit,
him,
here we go.
yeah, and I told him, I said, Dad, you're getting older. Like, I could already see it. Like, your muscles are deteriorating. You know what I mean? Like, any little fall, you might break a fucking bone. You're like, you need to start fucking building muscle. Like, that's what you should be doing. Like, to go ahead and do a little cardio here and there, but lift some fucking weights.
Yeah.
Lift weights, Dad. Lift weights. Eat
You hear that,
eat a lot
Theo?
of protein. Eat a lot of protein and just drink a lot of water, and you're gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Like, you have to.
So simple.
I was gonna say drink a lot of water. When I was sitting over there, I gave
Oh, yeah.
Frank like 3 water bottles.
I know. I
just
saw
kept
you
my
come
hand
in
in
with a
on
whole
it.
bunch of
Oh, wow, you
water. So
done
I
already?
was like,
My
ooh.
mouth.
That's funny.
But yeah, so yeah, I always, for us older men, it's kind of, for me, like, I feel great, you know what I mean? But I know there's a lot of men out there that are my age, first of all, that don't look like me,
No.
you know? Because
How old are you?
46.
See, you don't look it.
But that has a lot to do with, like, again, I had a couple years of when I was drinking a lot, but, like, I wasn't always drinking, doing drugs, you know what I mean? Like, that just wasn't my lifestyle. I was always into sports and stuff, so.
You've been in
And,
sports since you were little, yeah?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
always.
Yeah.
That's where you learned how to work out, and because
Yep.
not everybody knows how to work out and how
Yeah.
to,
Yeah, and that
do
and that
anything,
and that
and
sucks
that's-
because a lot of people go into the gym and they're just like
Mhm.
doing whatever, machines open, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
To be
That's
honest, you're
terrible.
wasting your time.
Yeah.
You're literally wasting your time. You got to have a plan.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some type of plan in order to see any results, you know? Like, but yeah, so.
I don't know. You were into illegal street racing when you were younger.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, we gotta talk about that.
Well, that was a good year when I lived with you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I lived with
Oh,
them for a year.
That was fun. I was like,
Yeah, that was
best time of my life.
How old were you guys?
shit, like 20. I was
You
like 20.
21. No, you were 21, and I was like 18 or 19.
Oh my God.
'Cause we couldn't go to bars yet.
Oh yeah.
So we were going to these illegal street races.
Yeah,
all
we're
the
out
time.
till 2 in the morning. We used to have to sneak in back in the house because my dad wouldn't let us back in the house.
Oh my God.
We're like, fuck, we gotta knock.
Damn
knock.
it. Found us out.
no.
They had no idea what we were doing, like where we were going either.
Oh my God.
Well, they do now.
I told them about it. I was like, hey,
How
Frankie still lives there. We used to go to
funny.
the street races all the time.
And not just the street races, but
You put some ladies through college. Sorry, Rebecca.
Renee wants tonight.
oh my god, we did some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shit that we shouldn't have been doing, like going to Mexico at fucking midnight driving. Like, let's just go. Like, what?
Let's just go.
Yeah.
What was it, like 10 o'clock or something?
No.
Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock.
With the
my
fucking
God.
TJ?
Yeah.
Fuck, that was crazy.
Wow. my
Good times.
gosh.
We just had to throw our what we did back in the day.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
there.
okay.
The 1 year of crazy.
That was a fun
One
ass
year.
year. And then he met her.
It literally was, huh?
Like a year later.
Yeah. I think Renee was the first one.
She's giving.
You were the first one to meet her,
Yeah, I was
huh?
the first
the
one to
look
meet
of
her.
death.
Oh, she was my supervisor.
Oh yeah. Shit, I forgot. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's right.
Dang.
That's right. Okay, I remember. Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's coming
Dang.
together.
That's
Good
crazy.
times. Good times.
Sounds like it. So Lisa had to go, so we're gonna go ahead and do the deep card. It says, "What's your favorite holiday?"
Ooh. Go ahead.
My favorite
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
I love the turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy. Even though we just talked about it. Of
What a
course.
perfect holiday for
Fatty.
this
Oh,
episode.
fatty. And this is why I need to go on the G's Fitness program.
You
you
got a
on,
new
put you
client.
on.
That's funny. What's my favorite holiday? My birthday. I'm just kidding. I think New Year's. New Year's is fun.
New Year's?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah, because it's like starting off anew, and then like most of the time you're with somebody, people that you're like excited to start the new year with. So that's my favorite holiday. What about you, Frank?
How are you guys not saying Christmas? What? Christmas. Hello.
Yeah, Christmas.
Presents.
Christmas.
Presents.
Presents.
What else?
I wasn't trying to say that. But you know what? Our Christmases, when we were little, were nice. Like,
Yeah.
being in Milita's house. Like, I think about it now and I'm like,
Crammed in there.
the house was
Sweating.
Yes!
So fucking hot.
No AC, the only one in front of the wall, and then we like take turns in front of it. Our grandparents' house was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house, and our parents are his dad and our moms are one of 11 children. So you figure all the children plus the spouses plus the kids, all of us jam packed into your grandparents' house for Christmas was crazy. I don't know how we all fit, but we did. And it was,
Yeah,
those are good memories.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
that's crazy.
COVID would have definitely got it.
Oh my God.
Everybody.
Oh
Bam,
yeah,
right
wipe
there.
that one. Oh my God, imagine.
Jeez.
Jeez. All right, so tell the people how they can find you, Frank.
So I do run a IG page. It's GS underscore fitness underscore one. Sorry, I'm reading it because I can't remember it by heart. But it's basically just type in G's Fitness and I should pop up. So
Okay.
yeah, if you do want some help, I mean, I'm willing to help you out. You know, get you right, get you dialed in. You know, hit my application. I have an application that you can fill out, and we could
that's
set
so
up an
cool.
appointment, and I'll get the ball rolling for you. I mean, just so you know, this shit ain't easy. You guys should know that. I mean, like I said, if it was easy, everybody would be in shape.
Takes
And I
dedication.
can't repeat that, you know, like
Yeah.
I just can't stop repeating that because it's not easy. But if you
Yeah.
want, if you guys have a goal, like this is what the first step is, you know, like contact somebody. It doesn't necessarily have to be me. Like I want
Yeah.
everybody to be winning here, you know, like I want everybody to feel this, you know, this feeling of just being unstoppable, you know, like shit, it's crazy, you know, but you have to develop a mindset, you know, and that mindset should be non-negotiable. You know what I mean?
Like that. You gotta
Yeah,
use that.
should be.
non-negotiable.
Like, you know, so like yeah, like I said, if you wanna me to get you dialed in, go ahead and hit my page, and we'll get the ball rolling. You know, I'll tell you what you should be eating. I'll get your macros dialed in. I'll give you a food plan, basically giving you the foods that you should be eating. I'll give you a workout plan, and yeah, and what's the importance here is health. You know what I mean? Like you want to be healthy for your family. You know what I mean? Like. I mean, if you're single too, obviously it's great to,
For my dogs.
you know,
Gotta get them
for
on
your
those
dogs,
walks.
you know, like,
Yeah.
like if you don't have your health, what do you have?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your health
Like-
affects your mental health. Like
It
big
affects
time.
everything.
Mhm.
Like, I mean,
time.
like why wait? Why wait until something happens?
Mhm.
Why wait until you finally say, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the doctor. I'm gonna get my physical because something's not right, and
Yeah.
I felt that. You know what I mean? And why wait? You know, you might get something where it's like you have cancer, or you're gonna have a heart attack, or you're diabetic. Like, why wait until that happens? You know what I mean? And unfortunately, I got away with it. You know what I mean? Like, I am where I am now because I said, fuck that. Like, fuck you, and I'm doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because obviously, like, I want to be there for my kids, you know, and my grandkids, you know, if I ever have any. Like, you guys need to hurry the fuck up. 'Cause I need a damn grandkid. I know Rebecca don't want any, but I do. You know, so yeah, so you guys want to get dialed in, hit me up.
Yep. And invest in yourself. You know,
Mhm.
health is investing in yourself. You got to have the dedication to do that. And
Yes.
I think you definitely inspired us all here to start making some changes, or at least be mindful of things when it comes to your
Yes.
fitness.
We gotta be proactive, not reactive when it
Yes.
comes to our health.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yep.
Very interesting.
Mental and physical.
Yep. Well, we love to see it. We love to see all the people that you're helping. That's so cool. And it's cool to learn the breakdown of everything that you're doing, because it's cool to learn that you're an entrepreneur, because that's not something that I knew, that it was like a whole program that you started with the app and everything. That's really cool. Like,
Yeah.
really cool. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
We're proud
Thank
of you.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
on.
And thanks for
Thank
being
you.
on.
Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm Becky. All right, guys. That's our episode today. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.